Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I certainly do appreciate that. If you could take a moment and subscribe. So today I'm going to start with I guess a bit of a story. And years ago I worked in a hotel, and the hotel was kind of at the end of the road and kind of at the end of nowhere, but it was a lovely hotel and I enjoyed working there. And we had staff residents. The staff would, not all the staff, but much of the staff would live at the hotel, not in the hotel, but in a separate place, and that was pretty good. And when I first got there, there was a woman who worked there, and her name was Dana. And Dana was very nice, and it was her job to be kind of like, I think technically you might call the job the matron, or the custodian, or the person that was caretaker of the staff residents. And yeah, she was very nice. I liked her. And I got to know her a bit over the time that I was there. And one day we left the hotel and we went on a bit of a road trip because she wanted to go somewhere and I was going there, so she came along. And Dana was kind of like somebody straight out of a movie. When I first met her, she was mopping the floors. Although the floors were carpeted, she was undeterred and she was mopping. And later she was a bit older than me by a good hunk. I'm going to say she might have been 40 or 50 years old, and she had had a bit of a life, I'll tell you. So Dana and I went on a road trip, and when you go on road trips you tend to have chats and stuff, and you get to know each other, you know a little bit about their life and things like this. So Dana, she was lovely. And then later I met other people at the hotel, and one of the reasons that people would work there is because it was a getaway. It was a getaway for the guests, because this was a hotel that had, this is before internet, but the hotel had no phones, no televisions, but it was lovely. And people would use it as a getaway, and the staff would use it as a getaway, except that quite often they were trying to get away from something. And I didn't discuss that too much to too many people, but after a while it became a little tiny bit obvious. So that was a thing. Anyway, so I'm really talking today a little tiny bit about the Cowboys, Les Cowboys Fringants, Quebec band. I mentioned them before. And there's a guy named J.F. Posé, I believe that's a pronunciation of his name, and he was the lyricist of the band. And if you've been following these videos, you can imagine that I have taken a bit of a deep dive into this, because it's worthy of a deep dive, plain and simple. Goodness gracious, when Carl Tremblay passed away, I mean, I felt that one a bit. And the fact that they held his memorial service at the Bell Centre in Montreal, where the Montreal Canadiens play, and where the Cowboys had played, I think, 11 or 12 times in their career, and there were like 15,000 people there. And a woman comes onto the stage. I didn't know her, I'd never heard of her, anything, but before she came onto the stage, there was a quartet, not a quartet, but there was a group of string musicians from the Montreal Symphony Orchestra Symphony Montreal. They were playing, and these same musicians had played earlier, like months ago or a year ago, over their career with the Cowboys. The Cowboys would do performances with or at least once. I'm not 100% sure with the Orchestra Symphony Montreal. And it was really great. And then these guys were playing at the memorial service for Carl Tremblay, and this woman comes out, and her name was Alexia Gourde, and she sang a song, Palais Royal. And that song, holy smoke, what a song. And now if you take any of the Cowboys Fringants songs and you read it as literature or you study it as poetry, it holds up in both capacities. And and I don't know, I'm not good enough at making these videos to know how to put that performance into this video, and I don't think it's strictly speaking permissible, but anyway, I'm going to leave a link to that performance in the comments. I'm going to leave another link to the song in the comments, or in the in the description below, and I suggest that you pursue it. But that song, Palais Royal, it's related to, well, obviously the province of Quebec. It resonates with me, and it's related to my career, because it's a song about redemption and seeking redemption and starting a new life. And I mentioned my career in this hotel, and I'd see people coming there and they were seeking redemption and trying to start a new life. And holy smoke. Now, on this new life thing, I'm here in if you want to improve things, you have to recognize that things need improving. That's a thing, and different people's definition of improvement is going to vary. But one thing that has happened, it used to, in the province of Quebec, there was, this is this song, Palais Royal, that I'm talking about. First of all, in the province of Quebec, you used to drive around. You would drive around years ago, or say if you were passing through or whatever, and you would see signs, Danse Nu, new dancers. And if you're in Montreal, there was places, famous place, Club Super Sex, and there was lots and lots of these places. And they were, I think the stripper bars. They were bars with nude dancing women, and they were. If you've watched the show The Sopranos, there's a stripper bar, the Bada Bing, in the show The Sopranos, but the reality of a stripper bar is far more egregious than that is depicted in that show The Sopranos. It's just not good. And so now, if you drive around in the province of Quebec, you do not see Danse Nu. It just doesn't happen. And if you participate or spectate or visit Quebec events of athleticism, as I do on a somewhat regular basis, and I go, well, not just in Quebec, I go other places as well, you see that the proportion of women that are participating in these events and leading these events is massive. Compared with other provinces, other places in the world I've been, compared with the United States, it's huge, huge. I mean, Quebec women are I really don't like generalizations. I find invariably you're wrong, or they're failed to paint an adequate picture. But women in the province of Quebec are a powerful force. And if you've been following these videos in the beginning, you know that I enjoy biking, I enjoy mountain biking, and maybe I'm getting a little long in the tooth for that, whatever, but it is routine in the areas that I bike to see groups of more than 100 powerful women rolling off to bike. That's it. And somewhere along the line, I don't know how it happened, but someone come up with the idea, or maybe not idea, it might have been just an organic thing, but these bars, they're just soul-destroying abattoirs of ambition. They're, if you want to keep someone under control, coffee, cigarettes, and degradation is a sure path. And I don't recommend, I don't like it, I don't recommend it. And there you are. And then, my last few videos, I was talking about aspects of industry in different parts of Canada, and in different parts of Canada, some of these places, I believe, still exist. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. But this Alexia Gord's performance of the Cowboys Fringant songs, Palais Royal, at the memorial for Carl Tremblay was breathtaking, just absolutely breathtaking. And you know, there's a comparison that people make between the Cowboys Fringants and the English Canadian band, the Tragically Hip, and which I said before, I don't think that's necessarily fair, because you want to enjoy stuff for the and appreciate things on its base, on the basis, and comparison is sometimes not the best. But the Cowboys song Palais Royal, and they have other songs, La Tête Haute, you know, La Tête Haute, you pursue that song. I mean, I climbed this hill with my head down, but I'm going to descend this other side with my head held high. And that's I think that's a powerful motif. And the Tragically Hip have a song, and it has a song lyric in it says, the stripper stops in a coughing fit and she says, sorry, I can't go on like this. And I think that happened in the province of Quebec. They just said, no more. We're not going to have this. We're not going to whatsoever. And, you know, I mean, there's acknowledged problems, right? We acknowledge problems of organized crime, the Hells Angels dominating, you know, industries, other biker gangs and such. It's just problems are when you acknowledge a problem, then you seek to seek a resolution. Seek a resolution. Anyway, my name's Bruce, and I hope that you can seek a resolution to whatever challenges you might be facing today. And yeah. So, thank you for watching, and thank you very much. Really, I don't know. I don't think this is I don't know how much entertainment value this particular video had, but it's been on my mind, and I just wanted to share that. Okay, so yeah, you can hit the like button, subscribe. You get more content like this, more content like some of the other videos that I had, more content like whatever the heck happens. I don't know. Whatever. I try to make videos so that I can express the ideas that I believe are important. And I enjoy it when people comment on the videos, because it opens up another perspective on some of the ideas that I think are important. Right? Thank you very much. Bye now. I forgot to mention, I didn't forget, but I wish to dedicate this one to my friend Dana. And we were not friends for a long time, because she died shortly after that road trip, and it was an unfortunate, violent death. She was murdered in Vancouver. Yeah, that happened. Wish it didn't. Thank you very much.